Something wild just went down, and people are still trying to process it. At one of the most exclusive nights in Hollywood, things got messy fast. We're talking about Justin Bieber and Usher getting into a heated moment right in the middle of a party hosted by Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Yeah, that kind of party. And to make things even more interesting, 50 Cent has just broken his silence on the entire thing, and he had something extremely interesting to say. It was Oscar weekend. The city was packed with celebrities. Inside that party were stars like Hailey Bieber, Michael B. Jordan, Timothée Chalamet, Taylor Swift, and a long list of A-listers. This isn't the place where people argue. This is the place where you smile, stay cool, and keep things classy. But then everything flipped.
This one is blowing my mind. Justin Bieber and Usher reportedly got into a fight at an Oscars after party. Multiple people told TMZ that this fight turned into a physical fist fight. Then a source that's close to Justin Bieber told TMZ that nothing physical broke out, but Usher walked up to Justin Bieber at this Oscar after party and was very heated and angry. And then things just escalated where they were both yelling at each other. I wish I could have just been a fly on the wall, because sources are also telling TMZ that Justin Bieber just wants to erase everybody from his past. This part really isn't surprising, because in 2025, when Justin Bieber was dealing with all of those things and following Scooter Braun and all of this, he also unfollowed Usher. We all know Usher and Scooter Braun are the ones that signed a very young Justin Bieber. I'm not gonna lie, I can't help but think back when all of this was happening in early 2025, when a lot of us thought that Justin Bieber was very much struggling mentally, and we saw him removing himself from everybody in his past. The only thing that was ever really reported is that Justin Bieber might have had some money that came up missing over a period of time, and he finally realized it. The reason why I found those reports so interesting is the fact that at the same time he was deleting Usher, Scooter Braun, and everybody from his life when he was younger, he also fired his business manager, Lou Taylor of TriStar. Yeah, the Lou Taylor that was managing Britney Spears when she was put into her conservatorship. And yes, TriStar, her business, who was also named in the Diddy trial as allegedly paying some of the male workers. Honestly, this is some tea that I want to figure out what was the reason for this heated argument that almost allegedly turned into a fist fight.
After it was over, it is reported that Justin didn't stick around. He grabbed Hailey and left. No talking, no explaining, no hanging out. There are serious issues at play here. Now, behind the scenes, Justin's team spoke up. They made it clear there was no physical fight, but they didn't deny the argument. They didn't deny the tension, and they didn't deny that Usher came in angry. But why? Over the past year, Justin has been quietly cutting people off. He unfollowed Scooter Braun. He distanced himself from his old circle. And yes, he unfollowed Usher too. That shocked people, because in Usher's mind, he helped build Justin's career. He introduced him to the industry. He opened doors. Without him, there might not even be a Justin Bieber as we know him. But from Justin's side, the story looks different, because people aren't just talking about what happened that night anymore. They're going back, way back, to when Justin Bieber was just a kid. And one name that keeps coming up is L.A. Reid. In his own memoir, he talks about the first time Usher brought a 14-year-old Justin into his office. He describes Justin in a way that, for a lot of people, just doesn't sit right. Not just as talented, but in a way that made readers pause and think, hold on, why say it like that about a kid?
Did you guys know that when Justin Bieber signed his first big record deal, that the record label executive, L.A. Reid, described him as a gift from Usher? But hold on, he said much worse. Quote, "This kid was beautiful, like a woman can be beautiful and men rarely are, and he turned it on as soon as he stepped into the room." L.A. Reid recalled how Usher brought Justin Bieber to him in October 2008, saying he had something he wanted to bring him. Around 4 p.m. that day, Usher arrived in the office with an adorable 14-year-old boy, a boy that L.A. Reid was so excited to corrupt.
14-year-old Justin Bieber walks into my office as a gift from Usher. Said, "Hey, I'm coming to your office at 3 o'clock. I have a very special gift for you." That day, we made a deal to sign Justin Bieber.
Keep in mind, L.A. Reid is the one who sent Usher to Diddy's Flava camp, the same camp that Usher said he would never send his children, but willingly sent Justin Bieber. L.A. Reid wrote in his memoir that Justin had a beautiful face, trendy hair, and natural charisma. L.A. Reid himself discovered Usher, and they would often exchange gifts, so I guess like pop stars to each other. Keep in mind that L.A. Reid has been accused of crimes similar to Diddy, SA, and her. He was quoted saying, "I could see immediately that Justin's hair would be every bit as important as his songs, his voice, his face, his presence." These people absolutely objectified Justin Bieber in the worst way possible, and I'm looking forward to their downfall.
But fans are now asking, is that how he felt? Then why was Justin placed around the same circles? Because when you look at him today, you see a completely different Justin. Quiet, distant, cutting people off without making a scene. It seems Justin may have actually suffered quite a lot under the tutelage of those two, especially Usher. Jaguar Wright, someone known for speaking out about the industry, came forward with strong claims about what she believes really happened behind the scenes. Now, to be clear, these are her allegations, not confirmed facts. But the reason they're getting attention is because they connect pieces of a story people are already questioning. She suggested that Usher played a bigger role than people realize when it came to introducing a young Justin Bieber to Sean Diddy Combs. According to her, this wasn't just casual industry networking. It was something deeper, something more serious.
Because I think if a victim comes out against Usher, it'll show how egregious it is. Because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
Can't smile in your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. They're not seeing the victim. They're not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like, what kind of do you gotta be to take another boy, another talented boy, and put him in your place so it ain't gotta be you no more? Because that's what do. They get victims, and then once they get to a certain age and they get too old for them to enjoy them, they send them out to go get other young. Now, if Usher is a procurer, and if Usher knew what was gonna happen to any of those young children that he took to the Flavor Freak off, is he a good guy?
Because think about the timeline people keep bringing up. Justin was very young, still learning, still trusting the adults around him. And the people guiding him, they were some of the most powerful names in the music business. Usher knew the dangers better than anyone, and it seems he just perpetuated that cycle.
Look at Usher. What Usher say? I seen some things I shouldn't have been seeing at that age. What does that tell you? That he's seen some things, he was around some things when he was young that he shouldn't have been at a Diddy party. So that's going to show you that there's certain things that are happening that's going on that here it is, this kid was saying he shouldn't even seen it and been around it himself.
At that age, you don't question things. You follow, you trust, And that's exactly why fans are now looking back and asking harder questions, not just about what happened, but about who was responsible for putting him in those situations in the first place. It might also explain something else people can't stop talking about: why Justin turned down big opportunities connected to his past, even moments that should have been career highlights, like sharing a stage again with Usher. Most artists would jump at that, but Justin didn't, and it seems he has long had a bone to pick with Usher.
You get career. Do you know Raymond Usher the Fourth?
No.
Do you know an individual, an entertainer by the name of Usher?
Yeah, Usher. That sounds familiar.
Isn't it true that Usher was instrumental in starting your career?
What does that have to do with this litigation, Mr. DeKalb? This is just you trying to the client.
Before we came back here, you would ask me.
She's going to
Let her read back the question. Thank you for your memory. Is it true that Usher was very instrumental in starting your career?
That was the last question.
I was found on YouTube. I think that I was detrimental to my own career.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you at all. I'm sitting right next to you. Okay,
So I think I was instrumental to my
let me
own
hear back
career.
from the court reporter.
Instrumental.
Said I think I was instrumental to my own career.
Thank you, sir. But my question was Usher, was he helpful to your professional career?
Yes.
Is Usher a close friend of yours?
Yes.
Is Usher a confidant?
I guess, yes.
Has Usher given you career advice?
Is this an interview or a deposition? I'm confused.
Please, sir.
And now, people think they understand why. The worst part of this all is that it isn't just Usher and L.A. Reid. Justin's ex-manager, Scooter Braun, also did some truly horrific things to him. At one point, Scooter openly admitted something that shocked a lot of people. He said there was a time he truly believed Justin might not make it through the night, that things had gotten so bad. He was scared Justin wouldn't wake up the next morning.
Was there ever a time that you looked at him and be like, yo, we lost this kid?
There was a time where I would go to sleep almost every night when he had the money to fly away from me. And I was worried every night that I was going to lose him. And that was the time where I was telling him he's not allowed to work. And he used to yell and scream at me, and like he wanted to put music out, he wanted to tour, but I thought if he did that, he would die.
Right.
So I just refused. Like, we weren't making any money. It wasn't like I was trying to take advantage. Like, I didn't want him to work because I wanted him to get healthy.
So when you say lose him, you thought?
I thought he was going to die. I thought he was going to go to sleep one night